What is going on, everybody? It is your boy Zary, and before we get into the video, I just want to remind everybody, if you're under level 15 and you want $10 worth of free stuff, go to your settings, go to use promo code, and type in XMG Gift. You do that, you'll get $10 worth of free stuff. It helps support the channel. So if you're under level 15, make sure you're using that promo code XMG Gift. Enjoy the video. So what is happening, my YouTube family? It has been a little bit, and I have to start off with some apologies. I was supposed to have a couple live streams. I'm dealing with some personal stuff right now, and it's chewing up a lot of my time. So really sorry about that. I didn't even have time to put anything out there. I've been trying to post stuff on Discord to people asking me questions, and yeah, just a lot of personal stuff going on right now. So apologize for that. I kind of got back into it last night with Bones, and that video will be coming up shortly. But in the meantime, we got patch notes dropped on us, and it was really cool. And before we get into the patch notes, just quickly, what I want to talk about is, if you guys are unaware of what's going on, one of my favorite people in the world, Lizard Breath, has a YouTube channel, and I'm going to link it down in the description below. And she puts out all these videos, like teasers, and you can see move kits, like here. We can see, for the character that's coming out, Wukong, you can see him in action. And it's like a minute just teasing him. And it gives you kind of like hype train it up. So if you are unaware of this channel, go down there. She has like 64 subs. I mean, let's give her some more subs, because if you play this game, you should want to check this out. But with that being said, let's jump over to the patch notes. And test server is live. I am allowed to show you certain things on the test server and certain things I can't, but we can go back and forth with a click of a button. Internet magic. So XMG family, let's get into the patch notes. Okay, so here we go. We got the patch notes, and it says, with the first update of 2021, we squashed some nasty bugs like auto battle targeting, leadership effects lingering, and received heroes and minions, or revived. Besides that, we welcome our new heroes, and they introduce new ability levels in the next batch of heroes, implement balance changes for battleground groups, and give Hilda some long-awaited rework. So here's a list of what's going to change in patch 1.4.2. So pretty solid here. General, what are we seeing? Let's move that over. There we go. Okay. We will soon be available in the game is Tool. He is a dwarf tactician rogue. Ambo and Lance. The healer for the half pigs, so that is solid. There's a new hero, Wukong. Clan's Pride Tactician Warrior, available in the Seasons of Staffs. So let's jump over to the test server. So here is Wukong, and monkeys are like my favorite animal. I have 3 of them on my body, tattooed, so I love me some monkeys. And Wukong, I haven't been this excited for a character since Garrett. So later tonight, most likely, I'm going to do my gearing video for him, start testing him, start getting that new video ready to roll, and tell you if he's worth the investment. But there is Wukong in game, and I think he looks absolutely phenomenal. I really like his face. Looks solid. He doesn't look like over cartoony. I just love the way he looks. His detail and his staff just looks absolutely phenomenal. But back to the patch notes. Titania and Uncle Ho hero stones are now available in the Battleground shop. To be expected. Titania, Uncle Ho, last couple Battle Pass characters getting moved in. Right, fine. But I do still have some problems with that. How many people we got in the Battleground shop now, with 3 spots to farm them? Okay, we're starting to see this abundance of characters. Now it's time for Rin the Unseen. Those first batch of Battle Pass characters need to now be shifted out. It is time that needs to start happening. We can't just throw all the Battle Pass characters. I mean, we're getting pretty much 1 a month. So we're going to have 80 characters in there eventually. I mean, come on. We got to start moving those out, and that's really something I want to see happen in the near future, is move them out. Rin isn't game-changing anymore. Let's get her for the new players. Me and Bones talked about this in our videos last night. That, you know, it's going to be harder for people to catch up because you need Rin the Unseen for your panda team, but who are you going to farm? Garrett, Titania? You're not farming Rin the Unseen in there anymore. Let's get her out, make her more available for people to start farming and unlock. New 7th and 8th ability levels for Puncherface, Boris, Sergeant Pigwell. My computer's going off there. And Hard Orc, Shaolin, Wonderlua, and Little Baddie. So let's go over and check those out. Now remember, and I'll put this in the beginning too, all this stuff, it isn't a live patch. This is all subject to change. So, right, things could happen there. So let's jump back over to the test server. So here we are at Puncherface, starting with his basic ability. Deals 2, we're getting 40% more physical damage, 15% to recover turn meter, chance to recover turn meter, so now that brings it up to an 80% chance, and then 25% turn meter. Okay. His level 7 ability on his A2, Not in the Face, gains 80% physical damage and 25% chance to gain haste for 2 turns. And then his level 8 ability is 560 physical damage. That's crazy. Gains haste for 2 turns and a damage increase for 1. Really like that level 8 ability for him. That's solid. That is super solid. Then his Earthquake ability just adds 50% more physical damage. Okay, he does need a damage increase, so that is big. And then level 7 gives him 30 speed. That is huge. So I'm liking what they're doing there. Puncherface needed some more damage, getting the haste and the damage increase to himself on the level 8 ability. So far, on paper, I'm liking what I see there. Alright, we're going over to Boris, and I'm really interested to see this. This is the first time I'm kind of looking at any of this and kind of reading the patch notes. So his level 7 ability adds 40% physical damage, so he's up to 240 on a basic, and then 50% physical damage to the target with the lowest health. Alright. He is the nuker, so that could help you finish somebody off with a basic. Winding Arrow adds 50% physical damage, armor decrease for 2 turns, and reduces the max cooldown by 1. Very, very big. Very big. Deals 300% of physical damage to an enemy, inflicts 2 stacks of bleeding, and an armor decrease, and a heal block for 2 turns, and removes 1 buff. Wow. Okay, I like that. There is no real dispel in the Pride, so putting that on Boris is pretty big. This is what I was imagining these to be. We're adding a heal block, we're putting on a dispel, we're cranking some physical damage. This is what I thought they would be. I really, really like that. Over to his A3 ability, level 7, crit chance for 2 turns and 20% turn meter. So Boris gains a crit damage increase, a crit chance increase, a damage increase, haste. If Kagi's on the battlefield, he receives the same buffs and then recovers 50% turn meter. Huge. I like that one as well. Boris could be super interesting. And on his passive ability, he gains 3 physical damage. So instead of 10 per each living pride, he gains 13. We'll have to play around with that and see how it does. But I really like what they did to Boris there, so that's huge. Alright, jumping over to Sergeant Pigwell, starting with his basic ability. At level 7, it adds 50% physical damage, and then 65% physical damage if the target is below 75% health. So, okay. If the target is, he deals 375 instead. Alright, doable. Now, his survivability was his issue here. So let's see what it does. So Sergeant Pigwell gains Super Shell, increases damage for his next attack by 2.5 times, and guaranteed a critical hit. Using this ability with Super Shell restores 50% of the turn meter. Super Shell. Oh, he gains Super Shell. Okay. They changed the word on that. Alright, so we're reducing this cooldown, so you can use this on the first. You can essentially use this every other turn. That's huge. Okay. Makes a lot more sense. Rocket Strike, 40% more physical damage, so up to 300. That's cool. And then his passive ability gains 40% physical damage, an additional 5% for each living goblin in the party, and then 10% for each living goblin in the party. He can really, really, really do some damage. You put him behind Arno. Alright, I'm interested to play around with these. These are sounding way better. Way better than the first round, at least on paper so far. On to the next. So here we are over to Hard Orc. Hard Orc, he deals 40% more physical damage. Bleeding lasts longer for 1 turn. So 3 turn bleed. 280 on a that's nice. His level 7 here, he adds 50% physical damage. 10% chance to inflict ability blocks, so bringing it up to 80, and reduces the cooldown. I like that. The initial cooldown, so you can use that quicker. I like that. I like that. Okay. Interesting. His Devil Horns restores 40% of the turn meter to himself. I like that. Speeding him up. Reduces the initial cooldown. Again, like that. All allies. That is huge. Adding all allies there and gaining 80% turn meter to himself, really beneficial. Now you can put him pretty much with any team. If you want to upgrade that to level 8, you can put him anywhere. Doesn't matter if he's with more Doom. Doesn't matter if he's with the half pigs. Awesome. Love that. Love that. I'm super pumped about that one. And then removes a debuff from each ally. Removes 1 debuff from each ally at the start of a turn. Each ally. Huge improvements to Hard Orc. That is super impressive. Let me know what you think about Hard Orc on that one. I think that is super impressive. Now here we go to Shaolin. Shaolin. 330 physical damage to an enemy. If the target is above 50% health, he recovers 15% health. So he's healing himself. Very good under that Kinley lead. Okay, I like how they redid the artwork on the smashing. Triple Serving. Now adds 15% turn meter, and Shaolin gains critical chance increase for 2 turns. So Shaolin and 4 allies recover 45% of turn meter. Big. 15 extra percent turn meter is really big. Then he gains 1 stack of regeneration and self-control and a crit chance increase. Very interesting. The 7 Chef Strike gains 25% physical damage. Thank you. I complain that at least should be a little bit more than 100, so 25%. I will take that for sure. Let's see how it plays out again. And then here on his Well-Fed Master, he, let's see, deals 1% more damage for every 4% of his health. An additional 10% at full health. Now it is every 3% of his health. That's going to be huge. And then every 2% of his health, an additional 25% when full. Wow. Alright, that is definitely some damage possibilities, allowing you to re-rune him a little bit. If you can put all those up there, you could potentially make him a little faster. Super solid. Wow. Now we're over to Wonderlua. Wonderlua gains 40% physical damage and 55 physical damage if the target has more health. So it's 220. That's a big jump in physical damage on a basic. Piercing Shot, 60% physical damage, and this attack deals 50% more crit damage. Huge. Because you're guaranteed a critical hit under invisibility. Yeah, that's going to do some damage. Going from 300 to 360. Really, really solid. Wow, okay. And then invisibility removes 1 debuff from self, 40% turn meter. And then removes all debuffs. So she's cleansing herself at level 8. Only 1 here. But then the turn meter gain. So you can pop that. You're going to go to 80% turn meter and shoot the piercing shot. Really, really interesting move there. That could do some things. And then on her passive ability, increases physical damage by 20%, and an additional 10% for each living demon in the party, and then 3% for each living elf in the party. Whoa! Huge, huge. These are now worthy of T7. Now remember, all subject to change. We got one more left, little baddie. Alright, let's take a look at my girl's moves here and see. She gains 40% physical damage and a 20% chance to decrease turn meter. So that brings it to 100. Awesome. Awesome. Just got to go through the potency tenacity check, and her potency does suck, but now you're only going through the 1. That makes it worth it. Makes it worth it. Shield throw. 60% physical damage to the main target, 30% to the thing. Initial cooldown by 1, so you can use it right away. Reduces max cooldown by 1. Huge improvement. Because that you throw that up, you had 4 turns to wait to get through that. Little baddie. Me and Bones were just talking about that too. About how she's fallen off. And I've said it in a couple of the ranking videos. Very, very big. Sunlight deals with 230 of physical damage to all enemies. 50% chance to blind. Initial cooldown by 1. 30% up to 50. Still going through the double potency tenacity check. But that is much better odds. I like it. I like it. Passive ability. Little baddie survives fatal blow, and now she goes from a 30% shield to a 60% shield, and then she gets 100% of her maximum health, 20% of her shield. Definitely more survivable. Well done, Play Quantum. I love those. Huge. Let's back over to the patch notes. Alright, so there's kind of the 7th and 8th abilities. They reworked Hilda, which we'll kind of go over here in a little bit when we get down there. Legendary ability scrolls can now be found in Honing Your Skills Challenges 17. I cannot show you those, so unfortunately we can't do that. Some upcoming legendary and epic events among Battleground rewards starting next season and from ability chests. Very good. We still need more places to farm scrolls, but still, good start. Remove the holiday decorations. I'm okay with that. Updated ability icons for some heroes. We already saw that. Balance changes starting next season. New groups based on average total hero power and changes in Battleground camps numbers for each side. So they're increasing the number of camps. So I'm going to go up to 10 camps, let's just say. And new groups based on average total hero power. Alright, so I've been asked to make a video, and I've been researching the hell out of it on matchmaking. And I think there's a problem with matchmaking, for sure. And I'm in that video, I'm just going to state I don't bash them. So if that's what you're looking for, don't. Is there improvements that need to be made? 100%. Are there people manipulating the system? 100%. Are they doing anything wrong? No, not really. It's not cheating. They're just playing the odds. So I'm going to get into that in that video, but that video is we're going to help figure out how to solve it. Not just sit there and bash on them and complain about it. So I'm going to kind of leave that one where it is, because that video is coming soon. Just let me put it at that. It's coming soon. Fao's Heated Arrows. At level 7, increases physical damage by 30% and an additional 5% for each living pride in the party, or panda in the party. Fao deals 10% more damage against burning enemies. Big. Critical hits inflict burning for 1 turn. If there's a mage. Okay, so they added 10% more damage against burning. They got that burning synergy. That was something I complained about. Alright, I'm liking this. Really liking this patch. This is a really good patch so far. And I'm sorry if I'm excited, but I really didn't really read much of it. I kind of just skimmed it. So this is pretty solid. Now we're going to get to Hilda's rework here in a second. But bug fixes, fixed auto battle targeting, huge. Some people complained about that. Fixed leadership and passive abilities behavior when the hero appears in different waves, and if revived by Renora or copied by Cruel. Okay, I didn't experience any of that, so I'm going to take their word for it. Now we're going to move on to Wukong. Pride Tactician's Warrior, and for that we're going to jump back over to the test server. Alright, so we are here with Wukong. We're going to summon him. I was able to pick up his shards because it's the test server, and we are going to summon him. And I figured this would kind of be a cool way to look at his abilities. And then we're going to theorycraft a little bit about him. So he deals 275 physical damage with his Fury of Oasis. If the target is inflicted by daze, increases the cooldown of a random ability by 1. Otherwise, he inflicts daze. So we're already seeing potency. We're seeing some physical damage. Interesting mechanic with the daze ability. So he's going to put on daze if they don't have daze. And then he's cooldown of a random ability by 1 if they have daze. On a basic. I like that. Great Staff deals 300% physical damage to all enemies, so we're seeing an AoE, inflicts damage decrease for 2 turns, and restores 20 to 40% meter on all of his duplicates. So we're going to kind of get into that next, because we have Monkey Business. He summons 1 duplicate with 50% of Wukong's health and 60% of his damage. Duplicates gain 20% turn meter and a counterattack for 2 turns. Huge. If there are at least 3 Pride allies in the party, on the first use summons 1 additional duplicate. So, and applies taunt to them. Big. Big. That is huge, actually. I am seeing just... I haven't played, obviously you saw I just summoned him. Revol lead. They do not have tank. You don't have a tank for that team. Super interesting. If there are at least 5 Pride allies in the party, the first use summons 2 additional duplicates, gaining taunt, gains invisibility for 2 turns. You cannot have more than 3 summoned duplicates at once. Crazy. So you're going to want him to go fast, right? Because you want him to get this off pretty much right away. You put him with a full Pride party. If he's the fastest on the field, the Pride get counter chance, or the summons, they get counter chance and taunt. You gain invisibility. That sounds insane. Really could make that Revol lead something interesting, but it's going to take a lot of testing, and we're going to save a lot of it for the noob video. Passive ability, Guardian Spirits. Let's bump this back up. If at least 1 of his duplicates is alive, Wukong survives a fatal damage. So he gets a cheat death if he has a duplicate up. Any effects active on him are removed. So just like Little Baddie, he come back. The random duplicate dies instead, and Wukong receives duplicate's current health and gains invisibility for 2 turns. That's downright bonkers. So you can't kill him if he has a reflection up, essentially. That's crazy. At the start of turn, copies all different buffs except taunt from his duplicates and applies them to himself for the same duration. At the start of the turn, removes all debuffs from himself and applies it to random duplicates for the same duration, if at least 1 duplicate is alive. So he's dispelling himself, kind of like Roxy's feathers, right? Throwing it all up in the air, and they're landing on the different duplicates. This guy looks so cool. I can't wait to play with him and mess around with him. So that is awesome. He is going to be boss. Yeah, I'm really pumped about this guy. So here we are to Hilda. Now let's take a look at her rework. You know what we're going to do is... we're going to jump back over, because I think they'll tell us what was added and what wasn't. So let's jump back over there. All right. So Oh, Wukong. Duplicate abilities. Deals 100% physical damage. Inflicts daze for 1 turn. If Wukong has invisibility, calls him into assist. Holy crap, I didn't even see that part. And then deals 100% physical damage to all enemies. Gains 2 random buffs for 2 turns. Possible taunt, counterattack, potency increase. And then Wukong's going to pull those off. Holy crapola, I didn't even see that. That's awesome. Alright, and then Hilda rework. Her Defender Strike on her basic ability now deals 210 physical damage to an enemy. If this ability deals damage, shield gains equal to 5% of maximum health. Okay. Spear Throw deals 340 physical damage to an enemy, gains an armor increase and a tenacity increase for 2 turns. If Snorri is an ally, he gains damage increase for 2 turns and assists. I'm not blown away by this so far. Gains taunt for 2 turns, removes 2 buffs, gains shield equal to 5% maximum health for each debuff removed. So 10, because she only can remove 2. Decreases all enemies terminated by 20%. Increases Hilda's maximum shield by 50% of maximum health. Okay, I mean, they're making her more survivable. I hate the Snorri synergy, and I said that before. I wish they incorporated, like, that spear throw. If it put on burn, that would be cool. That would be cool. Because then she could fit into that burn team, but I don't know. I guess I'm going to have to play around with that one, but that out of everything is my least favorite. So, yeah. There it is. And patch 1.4.2... Wow. Well done, Play Quantum. On paper, this looks really, really good, and I can't wait to get in there and test it out. So in the comments below, let me know what your favorite part of this is. And sorry, this one's a little bit longer, but it's for the patch notes out there and for people who don't have Discord or Facebook and all that stuff. And again, I am sorry for the lack of content. I just have to take care of those personal issues first, so... With that being said, I love you all, and if you're just finding me for the first time and you're liking what you're seeing, click that subscribe button and turn on notifications. And to all my XMG family members out there, I love you and thank you for your support and sticking with me. Couldn't do it without you. So, with that being said, see you all in the next one. I'm excited for this patch. I'm out.